my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about the 10 things I hate about Tanzania. Sincerely, these are my opinions, so anyone, if you want to crush me down, just let me know, and if you're not interested, just let me know too. So tell me too, like, what are the things that really you hate about Tanzania? I'm going to be sincere about this because I've been here for like a couple of years, like so many years, more than 10 years, 15 years. So I want to be honest about this, and let's get started. So I've written them down here, so I'm going to be explaining them to you. Number one is public camera issues. Like, this is a very serious issue. In Tanzania, you have this problem with the camera. If you actually once experienced going abroad, you'll understand, because when you're abroad and when you try to record yourself and you're like making a video, nobody really cares about you. Like, nobody really gets concerned about you. But if you're doing that in Tanzania, you have a lot of attention. And I don't know if I think even in other countries too, which are actually African countries, so they kind of get concerned, why are you doing that? Like, hey, I'm just recording myself and I'm just doing things for my own. Like, this is a very big problem. And at the same time, we have a drone issue, so if you're kind of like trying to fly your drone, they'll get concerned, why are you doing that? But I think in other countries, I used to drive my drone. When I was in China, it was like nobody cared, nobody was really concerned. Even in museum, the big museum, nobody got concerned. But here in Tanzania, it's very, very strictly, like, people will get concerned of why you're doing that. So, and you get their attention, especially if you have a big camera and a big mic on top of it, just like the way I do. So it's really getting annoying. Like, it's really getting annoying for real. Like, I don't know why people do that. I hope if they'll be seeing this video and they'll change somehow. Those gonna be hard. You know, Africans are Africans for real. But that's one of my biggest problems that I have with Tanzania and with Tanzanian people. So the second one is people are not friendly. Okay, what do I mean? See, I did a video and I was telling you like the things that you should be careful with. So if you haven't seen, you should check it out. Now, when I say people are not friendly, you should be I'm very serious about this, because sometimes if you're lost and you ask for direction, they really don't give you the direction. Especially if you're a foreigner on your side, because if I'm not a foreigner, like, I'll just use my map and I would ask anyone in my language, in our Swahili language. But if you're a foreigner, I'm telling you the truth, sometimes they'll end up looking at you and you'll be disappointed, because they don't know English, they won't be probably understanding you. But we have a large percent who will know English. So if you find someone who doesn't know English, they will just look at you and don't do anything about that. I'm not going to say much about that because my friend did experience that. So yeah, that's why I had to keep it in the lesson. It was the second one. Now, the other thing is public transport system is a waste. Yeah, I mean it. Sorry for the Tanzanians, but see, the problem with this public transport system is it's congested. So if you wanna have a good transport, you should use like a Bolt. Bolt is just like an Uber in other countries. The other countries too use another one, like, or use other apps. But you should better not use the public, because if you use them, like the Mondokasi one I've talked about so many times, I don't want to repeat this. It's really congested with people, so you will be bagged, and the way people push each other inside there. One of the people from my subscribers said, like, even in their country it's the same, but sincerely, I really don't think it is the way, like, we scramble for the bus transportation. And like a couple days ago, and I saw something like there was this guy who entered and he was not using good words, and he just wanted to sit because he was an old man, so he just wanted to make someone stand up so he would sit, and he would not use good words to tell the people to stand up so as he would sit. So like, those problems are really, like, very not good. So that's another thing. Now, what do I mean by local food prices? Some of the places that you go for tourist locations, they are local food, but literally they would say in a very high price, even though they're the same kind of food that you would buy outside. So that is really annoying, because then you have to like eat before going to a tourist place, and that is why most of the Tanzanians don't really like to go to like exploring the country itself, because one of the things you'll find, if you're going to a tourist place, the food is going to be sold at a very high price compared to the one that was just sold outside. So if this was a tourist place, if you buy something for like $3 here inside the tourist place, actually not even three, for almost like $5 inside the tourist place, you could buy it for $1 outside of the tourist place. So it kind of doesn't make sense, because it's kind of it's the same food. It is the same food, same material. Like, I don't know, they don't even sometimes, like, they don't make a difference with the one that is outside. So they sell it with a high price. When it comes to prices, you guys, and you already know that, like, I'm really sensitive when it comes to money, and I don't want to waste so much money, because you understand why, right? Our currency is our currency is low. So that kind of hurts because you're already inside this place. So if you're a Tanzanian and the currency is low, so what happens when the currency is low? Let me explain something. So when your currency is low and when you're using that currency outside the country, because their country has high currency compared to us. I think you're getting that. So their currency is high, our currency is low. So what happens is that you can't use so much of our money when you go outside there. It's going to be very expensive. Now to their side, their currency is high, and when they come here, it's an advantage. So we are actually having a low currency. This is a very big major issue because I don't know if it's something that is inside my hand. It's not inside my hand, of course. It's not actually. Not even. I don't know. It's not because it's really gonna take time until our currency goes like really up that much to be able to explain this. So when our currency is low, we can't travel so much outside because we'll be consuming a lot of money compared to them whose currency is high, and when they come here they like find it's a very cheap place because they'll be spending like $5 and they'll be like not even thinking of spending. But if you tell a Tanzanian to spend on something small for $5, when you convert that into Tanzanian shillings, it's almost like 15,000 probably. That's very high amount of money to be consumed. Like, it's better $1. So anyway, that's kind of a big problem. Actually, it's a major problem in Africa. So yeah, we have our currency is a little bit low, so that's kind of a big problem. Another thing is the internet is very expensive. So I've seen in other places where the internet is also expensive, but in Tanzania, the internet nowadays is becoming so expensive that if you are literally using, for example, those Tigo, Voda, whatsoever line, even though you're from outside, you will find them cheap here. But to us locals, it's very expensive, and I'm being honest, like it's very expensive. But the best thing, if you arrive here, if you're a foreigner, just get your SIM card and you enjoy everything. But if you're actually a Tanzanian, you understand already how much these things are getting expensive. We used to pay less, but now it's like double the prices. I don't want to say anything about who is controlling there, but the truth, it's known things are getting expensive, and I don't know when will things get better, but I hope our currency will go high and then things will go a little bit low. As you guys know, what is economic anyway. So we don't have good online trusted sellers. We have a lot of people who are actually selling things online, but most of them they're not trusted. You will send your money and literally you'll be bribed. I had a friend of mine who literally talked to someone on Instagram, then the person was about to sell and send the products to that person, to my friend. So the person just went away without even sending the products. Like, that's very annoying. You're taking someone's money. They'll bewitch you and they'll kill you. So we have this problem. If you're actually in Tanzania and you're a foreigner and you like found something on the internet or the certain application and you wanna buy something, make sure that application is legit, because if you literally spend your money there and you won't get it back, it's gonna be a disadvantage to you. So it's better always to have a cash to cash exchange. So don't trust so much of the online sellers in Tanzania. I'm sorry for them because I'm like saying something bad to those online Tanzania, but I have to be honest with these people who are coming here. Like, they should be really careful, because some of you guys, I think there's that small amount or large amount, I don't know the quality there, but I think there's that amount of people who actually spoil their business online. So they tend to give the products which are actually fake, or even sometimes they don't even send them. So that is a very big issue, because people will be coming here and they'll be thinking that we have good online selling. 100% China and other countries, like they use eBay and they get the products. But if you're not using those legitimate, like Alibaba, and using eBay, actually eBay does work even here. So if you're not using those legitimately like sellers online, don't use those Instagram sellers from Tanzania. I'm sorry for those Instagram sellers, but I think that's just the truth. Like, that's the truth. So many people are just destroying your business. So I think you guys got to work that out. And the other thing about the city cleanliness, it's a little bit, it's not that much, it's not that bad, but yes, it is good, but sometimes you find a place like they are not really neat. But I think this comes down to we Tanzanian ourselves, like we are not doing it right. Because if you like take a look, we have a lot of dustbins. Actually, we have dustbins, not a lot of them. Most of the places with the Mwendokasi places, and even outside of Mwendokasi places, we do have places where we have things that we can put dust. But these Tanzanians here, we Tanzanian, tend to throw tend to throw things just anywhere in the dust, and that's really annoying. So I hope I'm saying this so as we can change it, do something about it. Those foreigners who are about to come here, they should also be aware of that. But personally, I'm trying to do my best on not to do that. So yeah, but the one thing that annoys me is people throwing things on the places that they're not supposed to be. And by the way, if you're coached to like do that, there's 50,000 Tanzanian shillings to pay, so you should be aware of that. And yeah, that's it. It's a public washroom. They're really not clean sometimes. So the public washrooms, they're really kind of my concern, because I think the best place that should be very clean is the washroom. I think that's where the cleanness starts. Because if the washrooms are not like clean, that means we'll be getting so many diseases getting to the citizen. Now, I wanna say like congratulations to like the Gerezani washrooms, the Karakol Gerezani washrooms. They are really doing their best. I've seen that so many times. They're always clean, but the other places, they're just not that much of impressive. Like the washrooms, especially if you go to these really public ones, they're really not impressive. Like they're really not clean, and they're in a bad mess. Like they need to be, like the government has got to do something about that. And the people who are owning them, they should be cleaning them up. So corruption. Yeah, you had me right. So in I think this is more of in Africa. Like there is this tendency of like we do this to ourselves. Like we really don't support each other, and then we need corruption, we need an extra fee just to help one another, which doesn't make sense. We are just the same Africans, and we really do that to ourselves, which is really a bad thing. And it's really a bad thing, for real. It really doesn't make me feel happy about ourselves. But really, we tend to have this tendency of like not being able to support each other just because they need something extra money. I've seen that, has happened to me so many times, and I really was annoyed. I was not going to do that, and I just had to keep myself off, and I was not able to do some things. But this is really something that should be changed off, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Until we meet again, see my other videos, and watch out for the video that I did on the 10 things that I love about Tanzania, because every positive has a negative side. And bye bye. I did mention 7 transport systems in Tanzania, so today I'm going to be finishing up with the 2 transportation systems that I told you about. So in case you haven't known the other 7, I'm not going to be mentioning them here, so just check that video and let's get started. So welcome back, and as I told you, I'm going to be showing the 2 transportation, the advantages of those transportation and the disadvantage of those transportation. So with starting, I'm going to tell you about the train transportation.